Yo. What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Mickal, and that's aka Sniper, but man, today video, man. We got LeBron's return to Cleveland. It's gonna be probably a good video, man. If you're new, man, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. Let's go ahead and get into it.
So we've seen some hostile crowds in the NBA, and a lot of times they're for, big playoff games, conference finals, NBA finals, but I think the single most hostile crowd I think we've ever seen and probably ever will see was the night LeBron James returned to Cleveland for the first time as a member of the Miami Heat.
I mean, that looked like an angry mob. They wanted that man's life. It looked like the chants, the signs. I can't imagine being LeBron, a 26-year-old man, walking into that.
All that crowd was missing were some torches and pitchforks.
Literally.
So, on its 13-year anniversary, by like a day, we're off by a day. Okay, get off our backs, all right?
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Let's talk about LeBron's return to Cleveland.
Spicy video, man. Hit that sub.
Make sure you leave this. A little background. It's LeBron's first year in Miami after 7 years with the Cavs. He announced he was leaving Cleveland in the widely panned.
It's because at this time, imagine you're LeBron and you stay on national television. You say you go to the Miami Heat on national TV.
Decision. We already have a video on that, so go check it out if you want. He was forming the Big Three with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, and I think he became arguably the most hated athlete in the world basically overnight.
He did. And in hindsight, completely unfair to him. He just wanted to go to a city where he could compete. But at the time, for whatever reason, this is before player movement really was a huge thing. Everyone just hated him. It seemed like a weak move. The way he did it was not perceived well whatsoever. And yeah, I'd agree. He was the most hated athlete in the world.
The Heat, though, they were able to tone down a little bit of the hatred towards them. And by tone it down, I mean make it considerably worse, because they held a massive party at their arena to introduce the Big Three before they had done jack shit.
That party went hard as hell, though.
It did. It absolutely went hard as hell. But good God, the marketing team for the Miami Heat had to be like, guys, come on, we can't do this.
It's just so funny looking at that party. Like, they're all turned away, and then they turn around. Chris Bosh is screaming. It literally looks like a concert.
Once the season got started, though, the Heat, they got off to that infamous rocky start. They lost their first game in Boston. They were only 9-8 after 17 games. But all that was thrown completely out the window when they went to Cleveland for the first time on December 2nd. And I gotta say, the lead up to this game was insane. The pregame promo by TNT, genuinely one of the greatest promos I've ever seen produced. We can't play it because it's got a copyrighted song in it, but just like the whole idea of iconic landmarks leaving their cities for other cities. First of all, it's very funny, but second of all, like, it's an emotional promo. My God.
Yeah, I had not seen that before until you showed me. I didn't know about that, but I was kind of confused at first, like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, you're like, what's this riot here?
But it did make sense, and I like the direction. Shout out to TNT for that creativity there. So now going into the game, like we said, the most hostile game maybe ever. I mean, literally Kenny and Chuck during the pregame to it were saying it felt like an NBA Finals, a Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Kenny literally said he'd been in two finals before and never even felt anything like it.
Basketball for 25 to 30 years and have never seen an electricity in a building for a regular season game. This feels like the NBA Finals right now.
It does.
And this
like
is no
a Game
exaggeration.
7.
The signs were crazy.
It's crazy how the Cavs fan hated them just because LeBron wanted to go win, be in a winning situation, because the Cavs were not giving him a good team. Why the fuck would he stay on that team? Then he comes back in 2014 and gives y'all a ring, and then y'all happy with him?
The quitness signs were just amazing. The upside down Nike sign on them, hilarious.
I did notice a lot of the signs that were like drawn, they had like a little like corporate logo in the bottom right, which makes me wonder, like, how many signs did security confiscate at the door? Because like, we're checking all of these for profanity, for vulgarity, but like even the ones that they drew in-house, there's so many though. Quitness, what should you do, beg for mercy, like the traitor signs. They had shirts that were spelling out, like 7 people in shirts in a row that spelled out LeBum and betrayal. Like, props to the Cavs fans. They went all fucking out for this game.
Yeah, and they didn't just do signs, they didn't just do t-shirts. Before the game could even start, they were chanting asshole as LeBron was warming up.
He's going to be either really good or he's going to be really bad, because the emotion in this game, like I said, is like a Game 7.
I have not heard that as an NBA champ before. That's a new one.
Should bring that one back.
Yeah, let's bring that back for a Blazer game sometime.
There was also extra security for this game, and drinks were only being sold in paper cups because, I mean, if some fucking lunatic lobs a can of full beer at LeBron, that's not gonna end well. Even still, fans apparently balled up towels and tried to throw them at LeBron when he was on the bench. Someone allegedly threw a 9-volt battery at him. You get hit in the head with a 9-volt battery, that fucking hurts.
This is actually pathetic. Like the signs are one thing, the shirts,
The
that's
chants,
fine. Like
that's
the
all
chants,
fine.
you can't be trying to hurt a player, and it makes your fan base just look trashy as hell.
It does. Apparently the NBA considered calling the game early due to the fan vitriol. This was kind of hard to verify. It's just from like an offhand comment apparently from like a security officer for the NBA, but can you fucking imagine if the NBA had called this game, be like, nah, middle of second quarter, we can't do this anymore, guys.
I wouldn't blame him, but that would be unprecedented. Before the game, Charles Barkley challenged LeBron to do the iconic chalk toss. He got completely just utterly, of course he would get completely booed during starting lineups. Maybe the loudest boo.
It's kind of like Kevin Durant, but I think this was way worse though. When KD went back to OKC, I watched that and that was a good game, but like this one, I think this over the top.
I've heard in starting lineups, it's gotta be, but he did not give a shit. He still proceeded to do that chalk toss and then had to put a big ass smile on his face before he took the court.
That's fucking badass.
It was.
He walked up and did that chalk toss like fucking nothing was wrong. So the actual game itself, LeBron was booed every time he touched the ball because fucking obviously he was. Less than 90 seconds into the game though, LeBron hit a little rip through mid-range jumper over Anthony Parker. Two things about this play. Number one, why the fuck is Anthony Parker guarding LeBron? Surely there's someone else that can guard him. And number two, I remember watching this game live and he hit that one shot and I was like, this is gonna be a long night for Cleveland.
Well, yeah, I'm not really surprised LeBron had the game he did because, like you said, look at that Cavs roster. You got Anthony Parker, I think Jamario Moon was switched out of him at times. There was no one on that roster that could guard him.
They won 19 games for a reason.
Exactly.
LeBron got off to an awesome start. He scored 10 points in the first quarter on 50% shooting. Just watching this game from a viewership perspective was incredible, especially that first time LeBron stepped to the free throw line by himself. The boos were deafening, the signs from the crowd, the reactions from the fans, like just created some iconic images and also created
Hey man, y'all hit that sub button for me. Y'all hit that sub button though.
some iconic chants because the fans chanted Akron hates you at him during the first quarter.
Emotions got the best of Dan Gilbert, and I think in hindsight, if he had a chance to go back and think about things, I'm sure the venom.
That's another one where I feel like it's a bit too far. Like his hometown, he did so much for that city and everything. The Akron hates you, god damn.
You know that one hurt him.
Yeah, it would have had to. Imagine being him during that. So LeBron, he cooled off a little bit in the second quarter, but he finished the half of 14 points. And the game by halftime was basically over. The Heat were already up 19 points. Right before halftime, though, he was chatting up with Boobie Gibson. And if you're the Cavs, if you're on his team, would you hate Boobie Gibson for this?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Dude, LeBron obviously made the right decision, but if you're a Cavs player, you're gonna be like, dude, he left us. Like, you know, go get dinner with him or something after the game. Like, talk to him after the game. This is during the game, during competition. This guy that left us, that said he didn't want to be a part of our team anymore. Why are you...
Bro, y'all didn't give LeBron a team. I didn't even give him a team. Like, y'all could at least give him a team. If y'all would have given him a team, he would have stayed, bro.
Laughing it up with him right before halftime when he's kicking our ass.
Because it's Daniel Gibson. He needs that LeBron connection. Like, later in life, he knows maybe sometime later in the NBA or some business he's trying to start, he needs that LeBron connection. So he's like, screw the Cavs. I got to be close to LeBron.
Just be like, you know what, Bron, we'll get dinner afterwards. You pick the restaurant, we'll go get like a steakhouse or something. We'll have dinner, but right now, can't do it. Third quarter, though, this is where LeBron completely took over. Shot 10 of 12 from the field, dropped 24 points. This is when the crowd started chanting him again, though. They started chanting Scottie Pippen at him during the third quarter.
Well, now you have the crowd chanting Scottie Pippen, and obviously the sidekick to Dwayne Wade.
You saying Scottie Pippen and the score is 73-48. You also chanting? Y'all niggas losing by like damn near 40.
To be honest, I don't really get this chant because what, are they implying that LeBron was the sidekick to Dwayne Wade's Jordan? Or are they just saying he'll never be as good as Jordan? I don't know. I don't really get this one.
I think they're saying, yeah, he's the sidekick to Dwayne Wade. Like, he went to Dwayne Wade's team to win, I guess. That's not really the best chant they had for sure.
Should have gone with Akron hates you again.
Yeah, should have just kept that going all night. His jumpers this game, his jumper was just clean, on par. And he had that last one over Antoine Jameson he hit. These jumpers, insanely high arc, and then just stared down the Cavs bench. LeBron this game, badass is just the word you have to say.
It is interesting that a lot of LeBron's most iconic performances involve him hitting a lot of mid-range jump shots.
They do.
Game 6 in Boston, the LeBron toe game, this one, like, man loves the mid-range.
Hey, when his shot is on, he's the best player of all time. He's just, the shot's not always on.
So LeBron finished this game with 38 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds on 60% shooting. He also got 22 from Dwayne Wade and 15 from Chris Bosh. Weirdly enough, James Jones, though, 18 points on 5 threes. Just completely forgotten.
Why not? James Jones, have a night.
Heat won this game by 28. Just some stats about this game. Got 7.1 million viewers, one of the most watched regular season games in NBA history. It got a ludicrous 25.4 rating in Miami. And for anyone who doesn't know what TV ratings means, that means 25% of TVs in Miami were watching this game.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. But if I'm a Heat fan, I'm obviously got the popcorn ready, the drinks to go.
Just waiting for LeBron to roast his old team.
Yeah, that sounds amazing as a Miami fan.
Obviously, the Heat went on to make the finals 4 straight times. They won 2 of the next 4 NBA championships. I don't think that we will ever see an atmosphere like this again in NBA history. The closest you'll probably get is when Kevin Durant went back to Oklahoma City. And personally, having watched them both live, as crazy as KD's return to Oklahoma City was, I don't feel like it came close to LeBron's return to Cleveland.
Yeah, we're not. What KD did was worse. He joined the team that beat them, the 73-win team. That was way worse than what LeBron did. And it's just normalized now. Like I said in the intro, player mobility is a thing now. There's nothing that's ever going to feel like this again.
I mean, you'd have to get another superstar on LeBron's level who also has like a deeper connection to the team he's playing for. Because he's from Akron. He's not from Cleveland, but Cleveland considered him one of their own. Like, it's never going to happen again. And of course, the ultimate irony is LeBron returned to the Cavaliers in 2014 and won them the title in 2016. But that is a story for another time.
Anyways, y'all, man, that was a video of LeBron's return to Cleveland. The video was alright, man. I just want to get a video for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, share, man. I'm out.